Hey, what's up? Welcome to Los Libertinos. This segment is going to be called Spotlight. I'm going to be showcasing anyone that I think is interesting, that is making moves in their lives. If you have anyone that you think that I might be interested in interviewing, send me an email at loslibertinos210 at gmail.com. Shoot me some information and I'll reach out to those people and let me know. This is meant to be interactive. So I don't know a lot of people. You might know some people. Let's get in touch and let me interview them. For this first segment, this first episode of the new segment, I interviewed two owners of a new comedy club here in San Antonio called Upstage Comedy Lounge. I went to a show this past weekend to check out to see what's up. I enjoyed the show. I thought it was a lot of fun, a lot of value. So I reached out to the owners, got a hold of them, and went to their spot to go interview them. So I hope you enjoy this new segment that I got going on. Shoot me some information on other people you think I might that might be interesting to interview, and enjoy. Peace.
If you want to network with liberty-minded entrepreneurs that are focused on investment, not politics, join the Nomad Network for free. Visit www.nomadnetwork.app/chingazos and sign up now for free. The link will be in the show notes. Welcome, everyone, to Los Libertinos podcast. I am your host, Carlos Avelar, and this is episode number 25 of Chingazos and Fire. Our guests today are Bobby Smith and Calvin Ross. Bobby is a local comedian here, and Calvin Ross is a DJ, and there are new owners of a new comedy club where we're at right now called Upstage Comedy Lounge. Welcome, Bobby and Calvin. Thanks for coming on Los Libertinos.
Oh, yeah, glad to be here.
So the way that I found out about your club was that on Facebook, I got some, the algorithms said, hey, there's a new place coming on, some shows were coming on, and you had mentioned that you might wanted to get on maybe some podcasts. So I reached out to you, and you said that you guys would be willing to come on. So I appreciate that you're giving me the time, and I hope this works out for both of us.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So the first question is, so my audience knows, is basically just kind of a background into y'all's personal kind of background, like where you're born, raised, and kind of your career paths that have led you to being able to open up a comedy club. So yeah, any one of you guys can start.
Okay. You want to start?
Like you said, my name is Calvin Ross. I was born and raised in a small town East Texas called Nacogdoches. Graduated from Nacogdoches High School. Entered into the Army when I graduated and did a 22-year Army career. Before I retired, I met Bobby at a defensive driving class because he teaches defensive driving, and he told me he was doing some local shows, and I told him, well, I'm a DJ, you need somebody to help you with sound, and it kind of started from there, and I think that was around 2014, 2015, no? 2012, something like that, 2014. And since then we hooked up, we started doing comedy shows around the city at different restaurants, bars, whatever. And we decided that, hey, let's try to do something ourselves. And so Upstage Comedy Lounge came about.
Yeah, some of your background?
I was actually born in Seattle, Washington, but I was only there for like 9 months because my mama had too many kids, so she kicked me out. Raised in Arkansas, then that's where I met my dad, and his job transferred a lot because he was a pimp, and pimping ain't easy. So he moved us to San Antonio, and I graduated here, and I started teaching defensive driving, comedy defensive driving, right when I graduated, which kind of helped me get into stand-up comedy more. And like I said, I met him in the class, and I would do like comedy shows in class, kind of work on jokes. And the class that he came was probably one of the best classes I had because he started pulling out his music equipment, and he was playing music, during the comedy, and it probably I don't know, we just say like natural chemistry. So we started doing shows around town and building the audience, and that kind of grew into where we're at now.
Awesome. So, being a comedian and being in the music industry and the way you're at, how did COVID affect you guys in this last run? Because opening up a club right now, some people or even yourselves might have to take a step back and be like, is everybody ready for that type of investment into a club like that? How did COVID affect you guys? And coming out of it, how did you guys decide to give this a shot?
I think that was more on him not being afraid. Like he was kind of looking more optimistic at it. Like COVID's gonna die down, and people are gonna come back outside. I was probably more scared, but I think he more stared at like we can still do this. So
I mean, then too, Texas kind of relaxed the COVID rules, and Texas just kind of like buck wild anyway. So, but we were still doing some of the shows at restaurants and stuff, and we still had a pretty tangible audience. We even had a lot of really packed shows. So I was like, we take that group of audience and let them know we're opening a club, and now we still have regulars that come over here. So, but during the process of opening this, it was a struggle because the COVID numbers rose, and we were like, oh man, this is gonna probably hit us a little bit, and but we opened and people start coming out. So
yeah. And what is the so in opening the club, you also are aware that right now there's a lot of controversy because of cancel culture and different things like that. Do you as easy as that an individual comedian can get canceled on stage, do you have a sense of responsibility that it could also reflect on your place here, or is it simply that you're just gonna go with the flow of a comedian, or what's the balancing act that you're gonna have right now during this kind of climate where everybody kind of feels like they want to put on their mantle a comedian that they can get canceled or something? Or are you guys just simply the platform and stay kind of at a distance of that, or have you guys even thought of kind of how that might work out, or are you just going with the flow of it? Or
I know I do research on the comedians just to make sure the type of comedian we're gonna bring is not gonna piss off the audience, because the audience is what makes us. So if I know they got a history of going too far and walking the crowd, I'm not gonna book them at all. And of course, if I'm looking at different comedians, I'm always gonna consult him and see what he thinks about him too. But yeah, I mean, I definitely consider that.
So you guys are gonna filter out, be sure that you don't get anything that can push the limit on some things, because if you guys, I don't know if you guys have thought of it this way, but I like to think of it this way, that comedy clubs are in essence kind of like a temple of what can be said at in public, but in a safe space, meaning that whatever we say here, whatever you hear here, if you say it outside these walls, sometimes it ain't gonna play right, because but you get to say things here and listen to things here that then the audience takes to their work or to their family. They say some of the jokes, or they hear some of that stuff. Do you want to ever try to push the limit, or is it gonna be you're trying to always try to tiptoe around some of those hot topics? Let's just say currently, I guess, the Chappelle Show was something that was the Chappelle Show on Netflix that got a lot of play. Does if somebody like that is gonna push the limit, would you consider booking them, or are you gonna always try to be sure that you don't push that limit?
I mean, I recommend any comedy club you go to, you need to research the comedian you're going to see. There's going to be some comedians that's going to be like that. It's going to be super dirty. That's going to push the limits, and some people want to see that. So if you're coming to see a comedian that does that and they offend you, that's your fault, because you didn't do your research. So I'm not gonna go overboard and.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Bobby does a good job of booking the comedians and making sure. I don't want to say making sure, but he knows the comedian, the type of talent that he books is not going to really offend anybody. I mean, it's just general comedy, stuff that you do in your house, from taking a shower to eating food, stuff like that. Since we've been open and since we've been doing this, I don't think we've ever had anybody walk out or want to shut us down and say no. You know what I'm saying? And we've been doing this for a couple of years, so we just kind of, we're cool guys, so we that's our type of audience, that's our type of people, and Bobby does a good job of saying, you know, that guy's too blue or too raw, or that lady's too blue or too raw, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to piss our customers off. So it's not like we steer away from it. We just know better than that. You know,
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I hear you. That's smart, especially if you're starting off. To not want to piss off your audience and all that. So coming back to the idea of how the idea of how the comedy shows, the club started. You mentioned that you were doing local shows at restaurants and different areas in town. But from that idea to actually start moving capital into a project like this, was there something that where you guys finally pulled the trigger on it, or was it a slow build up towards it? Because being a business owner myself, I know that a lot of times the ideas, they sound nice, but once you actually decide to go, then you're really going. And with that going brings a lot of stress, different, tensions in the families and your pocketbook, different things like that. Can you kind of talk a little bit about all of that process and how that went down?
I can give you my view. His view may be a little different, but it's always an idea that's been there. But I think for me, it took something to happen that pushed us. Like, man, let's go on and do this. This is a dirty business, and people ain't gonna do you right. After you establish something, they're gonna kind of, it's betrayal involved. So for me, that kind of pushed us. But we definitely had to sacrifice a lot with family, and just taking that risk.
Yeah, because we both still have full-time jobs, and once we leave our full-time jobs and we come here, so our family doesn't really see us a lot. I'm actually supposed to be at a birthday party right now for my daughter. But back to your question, so. We thought about it and it kind of manifested. We first started coming up with names. Actually, before we even start coming up with names, we started looking for locations. So we spent about, 5-6 months just randomly going around locations, having people walk us through. We actually had a location, and like he said, this business is dirty. We thought we were good to go. We were actually getting ready to do paint and all that. Then all of a sudden we called back, it was like, we're ready to go. And it was like, oh, someone else got it. Mm-hmm. And so
we went to a location where it felt a little bit racist. Like they obviously didn't want us there. Like I forgot, what did he say when we walked into the building? It was like, he said something. You remember talking about it? I ain't gonna say where it was at.
Oh, I vaguely remember that. No.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know. He walked in and he was like, he said something like, this place is taken or something like that. That just like pretty much let us know that he didn't want us there. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah.
And then we had another location that was really good, but it was just too small. And the owners wanted to work with us really well. We may do something with that later on if, once we get this totally established. Then I was able to secure some financing. Bobby found this place, and we worked all summer to get it. It didn't look anything like this. Every day sweating, no heat, no AC, just in here, grinding every day, and we still a work in progress. We were able to get it to where we can do shows now. So
everything connected to, like, say, there was this lady that he had met that right. He invited to shows. She ended up coming to every show to the point to where he thought she would be a good general manager, and then she ended up knowing somebody that she thought would be a good interior designer, and all that kind of connected and kind of created a team that everybody put their input in, and we get compliments every show.
Okay, and then once all of that stuff came together, when was the first show that you guys had, like your opening night? Was that a couple of months or?
So our first actual show wasn't even a comedy show. We did a fashion show, which actually kind of gave us an idea. Okay, like this could work. We can set it up like this, movie tables like this. So that kind of helped us before our actual first comedy show. And then our first comedy show, we had, who do we have as the comedian?
Cliff Simmons.
He did the first one? Mm-hmm. No, it was Raul. Raul did the Friday.
Okay, well, yeah. I'm at the Saturday weekend, yeah.
Yeah, so we had Raul Sanchez, first show, and it was a nice crowd. So
Labor Day weekend.
And what do y'all? What have been some of the things that you guys have learned from starting off? Like, what are everything's you have to make adjustments on anything. Has there been something that that you guys didn't even know about that you started already trying to make adjustments towards, or has everything been running smoothly?
No, it's adjustments every show.
Everything
to this day.
From the way the tables look, to stuff on the stage, to the sound system, to the people we hire, to how we book, to
type of alcohol they drink.
I mean, you see we got stuff going on in the back right now, to the signage, to the board, to the merchandise.
Yeah, the backdrops.
Backdrops.
What people want to take pictures in front of, what are they gravitating to?
All types of adjustments.
The way we sell the tickets, where we sell the tickets, who we sell the tickets to, how many tickets to sell. I mean, it changes all the time. We're learning every single day.
Yeah, so it sounds like you guys came at this raw, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Okay, well, that's awesome because
I do everything raw.
Yeah, fair enough, man. I tend to go that way too. So besides the obvious of turning a profit and trying to be successful on the business side, what is the mark that you would like to have here in San Antonio as an establishment? What do you guys see as the vision of Upstage Comedy Lounge into the future as a hallmark where people can like say, anybody that's watching this, like whether they're here locally or they're watching like online and they visit San Antonio, where they want to say, hey, let's go to Upstage Comedy. What is y'all's vision for the place?
For them to always know that if they come here, they're gonna have a super funny comedian. They're gonna get like the best service, okay, from the wait staff to the best drinks. We just want to give them that experience that they're never gonna forget, and I just want to last. I want us to last and grow. Like
last night, we had one customer. She was her first time here. She was invited by another customer that had been here before. When she left, she goes, "This is my favorite new place. I'm bringing all my girlfriends." So we just want to be an alternative entertainment spot to people who, don't really want to go clubbing or, go to house parties, anything like that. Just want to come for a reasonable price, have some drinks, get some comedy, and be able to go tell their friends about it. And we want to compete with the big groups, but we know we're not there yet, but we think we'll get there soon.
Okay, fair enough. And so in conclusion of the interview, this will be showing this week, Wednesday. Can you guys kind of give what you guys have on your schedule coming up here for the month of December, like some of these shows that are coming up? I know that you guys have Jay LaFar coming on, and I know him through other ways of doing some other radio shows. But what else what shows you guys have coming up?
Does that mean you're gonna be at the Jay LaFar show?
I'm gonna be there.
Okay, bet. Everybody should be there. We got like a lot of stuff we're adding. Of course, we do the workshops every Monday. So for people that just kind of want to, know how it would be to be a comedian and what the process is, we go over the fundamentals of stand-up comedy. Then Wednesdays, open mics, of course. We added a family-friendly show. It's like a matinee with a magician. He's like one of the best magicians I've ever seen because he's actually a comedian too. So he's telling jokes and doing these like amazing tricks at the same time. So that's going to be on December 4th at 3 p.m. Okay, his name is Ruben Baron. How you say that?
Baron, yeah.
Okay.
So that's a
family event, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
And not only that, we're doing buy one get one free tickets because we're partnered with Strong Foundation that supports pediatric cancer. So you probably saw a toy box when you came in.
Yeah.
So you bring a toy, you get buy one ticket, bring a toy, you get another ticket for free. That's the December 4th. But yeah, this weekend we got Jay LaFar on Friday. And
then we got Larry Garza, who is battling cancer. He's making his return to stage. He's gone through, he's lost both his kidneys. He's on dialysis. So hey, we're trying to help him raise money to, afford his medical bills. And that's going to be his first time back on stage since he's been diagnosed with cancer. So that's a big one, December. That was in the evening after the
Magic Show.
Okay, and then we got Just Nesh.
Shauna E.
San Antonio Bernita Ward. So we got some pretty good names coming up.
Perfect. I'd like to thank you for your time, for hanging out with me and my audience. I hope you guys feel that I respected y'all's time, and guys, just know that if you're a local in San Antonio, come check out some of these shows. If you got the family show, especially, that sounds interesting. And if you're visiting town, be sure to come check out Upstage Comedy Lounge. And
can I give the address and the website?
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're located at 4441 Walsham Road. It's in the same strip mall as Wayne's Wings, and you can find us at upstagecomedy.com or upstagecomedylounge.net for all the information. You can also find us on what social sites are we on? He does.
Yeah, we're on Twitter. We need some more Twitter followers. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. We're on everything. So yeah, just Google us. Google us and all that'll pop up.
Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough, man, guys. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.